season, so I'm curious to see if the players more like kind of adjusted to it, or if it's LoyalDogs maybe trying to throw BossFight off a little bit. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is going to be, reputational-wise at least, a very tough match for the LoyalDogs. BossFight, one of the top teams in EU. LoyalDogs don't have a whole lot of history coming out of them, so we'll see how they do here.
And that's the thing, right? LoyalDogs, if you can get a win here on a map that isn't so massively played, it's going to look really good for them to kick things off with it here on week 1.
And it looks like I still see a few players picking up night vision, so it looks like it might just be our spectator client that's kind of lighting up the top half of the map here. So we'll see how they play. But either way, the first uplink point is going to spawn on the top side. And that's another thing that we didn't get to mention too, is that the uplink is not always in the same position. Yes. It will change after every 2 rounds. The teams switch between attack and defense after every round. And once you've completed a full rotation of 2 rounds, the uplink point is going to switch to a random, predetermined position on the map. There's, depending on the map, anywhere between like 5 or 10 spots it can pop up at.
And the thing is with this, like we were kind of alluding to earlier on, right, when we started to explain it, this is not just as easy as saying, all right, let's all go 1 by 1, because with the instant kills that can come in, with how positions are so pivotal in it, it can come down to a moment where we say, actually, you can't just rush out and go and try and take that uplink.
It's like some of our attackers here. It's going to be BossFight on the attack first, using the newer stairwell there over on the side to work their way back up. And go down the kind of long approach to get themselves over towards the site. First bit of smoke is going to be tossed out there too, I think, to allow them to block off one of the more popular angles. You can see I'm Donnie actually hiding behind it here. I don't know if that smoke came from our attackers or our defenders. By the way, you can see Hoochie kind of leading the charge here right now for BossFight. Slowly going for that push up to the site at the moment.
And that's the thing, right? It is very slow. This is how realistic it gets and what it comes down to. Any little angle you want to take.
Oh!
Slowness, but that's a double. That's working out really well.
A great start, in fact, here now for BossFight, taking out 2 members of the LoyalDogs, and Ace Nade as well there. Now, it hasn't knocked them out yet. Weather Balloon is going to be able to finish off 1, but a second player is still in the fight. However, look at Weather Balloon absolutely acing with the shield right now, but Hajeto is finally going to be able to find him, taking down the first member of BossFight in this round right now. Rest of the team will start pushing in now as the defenders try to get in position to defend against this push.
But now they're definitely going to know where Hajeto's position is. He does get knocked next. He's going to be the one going down. It's not looking good for the LoyalDogs.
It's already over.
Fighter come into it very strong, very convincing there. Obviously, that grenade to start things off with was a massive benefit to help them push in, knowing they had the numbers advantage.
So LoyalDogs there, unfortunately, playing it too passively. BossFight able to brute force their way in with smokes and nades, taking easy control of that round. And they didn't just win it on kills. As you could tell, there was still quite a few defenders alive. That means they won it on the uplink, which in Onward is a massive deal, especially with this new format we're playing with. A normal win just by kills is worth only 1 point, but an uplink win, which is very hard to accomplish, is worth double points. So 2 points for winning that round. And you only need 3 to win the map, meaning that BossFight is already, just on that first round, 1 away from closing out this map and this game, since it's only a best of 1.
And that's when it comes down to, right, the kind of individual skills that come into it. Because you saw where the positions were, you were thinking, okay, LoyalDogs got a bit of a chance for it. Once that nade came through, they were like, all right, BossFight, we know we got the advantage now. How do we push from here? And I think one of the key things you're going to look at there for LoyalDogs is just where you saw Hajeto's position. As soon as he got the first kill, he didn't try to move. He didn't, and that's why he got pinned straight away. Because he was staying there, ready to take another fight, but they knew to pre-fire that instantly.
So definitely can see some of the little bit more of an experience on this map coming out for BossFight right now. And now they have the defense. Obviously, like we talked about before, it's going to be on the same uplink point for right now. If the LoyalDogs are able to take this attacking round, that will send us over to an additional round at least, as LoyalDogs will still try to keep themselves in it. But BossFight takes it here on defense. It's all going to be over, and it looks like Scorpio is going to directly challenge the side staircase here, try to catch the movement. That was the same route we saw BossFight take in the previous round. However, it doesn't look like LoyalDogs are going on that route. They're taking the south extremity and taking this staircase up to the top.
They're going to just take their time, go as a unit and keep it all close together. I like the confidence coming out from BossFight straight away though, right? Looking down the stairs thinking, all right, if you are going to come for it, we're going to go straight in with the challenge early on here. And that's what it comes into. You've got 2 points in the lead at the moment. If you can make them feel uncomfortable, apply the pressure, at least in the mental games of it, it's a big factor.
We got the entire team. Like I said, this is, as far as I can tell, a bit of a newer squad here, jumping into the VRL for the first time. They did have a team on the VR Master League. Unfortunately, there wasn't any data to grab from them there. So we've got some newer guys jumping into the fold here. They are going to use their first smoke to get a little bit of clearance out in the open. I think they overshot it slightly. That's another interesting thing about Onward. As, oh, hold on. Weather Balloon again with the ace nade almost. Might have been a flashback actually that he tossed out there, but he is going to find Pakuno in the open with a shield though. Going to be a little bit hard to breach past him at that range, but they do have the angle held, and more importantly, they've seen the push. And without any split push happening right here, from the Loyal Dogs. It's now going to make it a bit difficult to push in. However, the Weather Balloon overcommits to a fight, peeks out a little bit too wide, and Gary's going to take him out, but the revive comes in, so we won't be fully eliminated. They get him back up, and they're going to be able to retreat.
And you saw that, right? Weather Balloon already took the initial poke. He threw out his grenades. Then they kind of came together and said, all right, getting some backup here. We'll have 2 players, and that's playing it smart. Able to take that risk, able to allow him to potentially get taken down and still be revived. Slow and steady, though, from Donnie. He's looking for it, waiting for the peak to come out. The shield being forward is so positive here.
A lot of... Oh, my goodness! Scorpio moving in, mowing them all down, but a little bit of trade coming in. However, it still ends up very bad for the Loyal Dogs. Only 1 player staying alive at the end of it. Not a single player going down, but not getting knocked out. And that's 4 X's, no pluses on Loyal Dogs' side. So it's all down to Hajeto now in a 1v3 to keep his team in the map.
And this is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. The pressure is on him, and he's got very little information to work off of here as well. They didn't get too far down into the push, and the setup from BossFight is already looking strong. They are prepared and ready for this, and he's just trying to keep himself going.
He's trying to res 1 or 2 of his teammates, but no one else is up right now, so I don't know if he used the syringe there, but if he did, it might have been a waste of it. The syringe, we haven't talked about this too much yet. It can either, you already saw it used once to resurrect a teammate, but it can also be used to heal yourself, as there is a health system in the game. So if you find yourself taking a little bit of damage, you can back up real quickly, just do a quick little palm injection on yourself and get back up to full HP. A few of them on the ground, so if he used his there, he could have easily picked up another one too, so he should still have at least 1 to use moving in. He's just going to take a very slow approach. He did about 2.5 minutes, so there was an opportunity for him to try and rotate around to another perspective, but didn't do that. It's a Scooby-Doo from BossFight. It's going to take it. And I believe that means that BossFight will take the map too at 3-0. So a dominant opening match for them to start off.